It's in India,
Alhamdulillah.
deepening tensions.
I'm very sure you're aware of the current crisis between India and Pakistan over the terrorist killing of some tourists in the Jammu Kashmir disputed region. But now, if I tell you that that conflict or that issue has been in existence since the inception of the creation of the state of India, now let me take you back to history. Now, before colonialism or before the British took over India in 1857, India, as we all know it, was a scattered place with different kings and different empires and different kingdoms ruling themselves. Oftentimes, a lot of historians call it princely Indian states. However, they all recognize the fact that they are all Indians. But however, there were different tribes. There were Punjabis, there were Sikhs, there were and other tribes in India, until the British came in 1857 and united all of them. Now, one of the major problems India faced, especially during colonial rule, was the existing religious crisis. Now, India has two major religions, Hindu and Muslims. Now, many of the Muslims under the leadership of Ali Jinnah were clamoring for a Muslim state, that if India, because by the 1940s, it was clear that India was going to get independence. So many of the Muslim leaders, such as that is from the Muslim League, especially led by Ali Jinnah, were clamoring for a Muslim-dominated state. So what the colonial governor or viceroy of India, Lord Mountbatten, did was very simple. Since you are clamoring for a state of India, for a Muslim India, from a Muslim state and Hindu state, he now created what we call Pakistan and India. Now, Pakistan was divided into two parts, which is East Pakistan, which is modern-day Bangladesh, and West Pakistan, which is modern-day Pakistan, and India in the middle. So, Lord Mountbatten said that, now gave a directive to all Indians that they should choose where they want to stay, because by August 1947 was the day that was scheduled for India independence. So, on that day that was scheduled for India independence, it was clearly announced that every single India should choose where they want to stay. So many Muslims wanted to stay where their fellow Muslims were. So they began to migrate towards either West Pakistan or East Pakistan, and this was known as the Great Migration, whereby millions of people lost their life and also millions of people were displaced, because Hindus who were living in modern day Pakistan were forced to migrate to to India, and Muslims living in India were forced to either move to East Pakistan, that is modern day Bangladesh, or West Pakistan. Now you see the issue there. So as a result of that, this now caused existing tension. Now they eventually shared the land, and one of the major problems was now the region of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, if you look at the map there, which I just shown here, you see that Jammu and Kashmir is in between Pakistan and India, and is a disputed territory till today. Now, the issue is that the region of Jammu and Kashmir was under a Hindu leadership, but however, it had a Muslim majority. So many of the Pakistan government were like, they should take, since they have more Muslims, they should be owner of Jammu and Kashmir. But however, India was like, since they had a Hindu leader or ruler, they should be part of India. And this was one of the major reasons for their war since 1947 till date. And this crisis is not just today. It has been on since the inception of the creation of the state of India and Pakistan. Now, they had a crisis in 1947, which was known as the Indo-Pakistani War of 1947 to 1948. They have had another clash in 1965, and they also had a final clash, which was in 1971. But that one in 1971 was that the East Pakistan was feeling left out, because the capital of both West and East Pakistan was in West Pakistan. So East Pakistan was feeling left out, and in 1971, when they had crisis, India sponsored the politicians in East Pakistan to form what is called Bangladesh of today in 1971. So whenever you see the Pakistani Indian crisis, you should understand that this crisis has been in existence since 1947, and it was the fault of the British who worsened this crisis. Now, millions of people in both Pakistan and India has died as a result of this crisis, and this crisis doesn't look like something that will end, because provided that border town of Jammu and Kashmir is still disputed today, there will always be crisis in between India and Pakistan. And let me also give you this fun fact: both nations are nuclear powered, so which means that they match themselves power to power. But anyways, hope you are find this video helpful and educative. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification button so that we can be able to get our new videos. Thank you.